Revivers, Dr. Lynn here, Rehab and Revive Physical Therapy. I just jumped in a lift. My driver's an awesome teacher. It's coincidental because today we're gonna meet some teachers, some of my friends at a local school, actually in an area that I grew up in and love, and find out how I and physical therapy can help our teachers take care of themselves because they're taking care of our kids and our students. Thanks so much. All right. All right, see ya. We're meeting here, my friend, my good old friend,
Hey.
Terrence. All right, I say hi to the Revivers.
Hi, Revivers.
Really looking forward to helping out our teachers today. So I think any help, I'm sure any advice, right, could benefit us all.
Advice for teachers benefit everyone, not just teachers.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Hey Revivers, it's Dr. Lynn here, and we're in a typical classroom, elementary classroom with these three wonderful teachers. We got Mrs. Pisek, we got Mrs. Fuentes, and we got Mr. No. We're gonna try to help instruct them, give them strategies so they can save their backs, their health, and whatever they need. I want to just get to know you guys a little bit better.
Hi, I'm Netra Pisek and I teach kindergarten. I've taught kindergarten for about 15 years now at the site that I'm at. And I've also taught upper grade. I've taught 5th grade and 6th grade.
Ms. Fuentes? Mrs. Fuentes?
I'm Sarah Fuentes. I've taught this will be my 7th year in Orange County. I teach 5th and 6th grade.
And Mr. No.
Hi, my name is Terrence No. I'm kind of a hybrid teacher. I've taught, what I mean by that is I've taught 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, so mostly upper grade. And I also have taught PE, and nowadays I kind of teach teachers. So I'm working with students on the daily, but I also help train teachers.
I love being with the kids. I love interacting with them. I like getting to know their families, and I love that my day goes by so quickly because we're just having so much fun and we're so engaged in things.
And I just like every day is different. You never come in expecting the same thing. You have 30 different kids with 30 different personalities, and you get to laugh, you get to cry, you get to have fun, and it's so rewarding to see all the different kids and to see what they know, what they learn, to be able to have fun with them and to engage with them every single day.
And so why do I love teaching? Well, I now have a son who's in kindergarten, going to be in 1st grade, and even more so, I just want to give back, and I think that's the token answer that teachers would say, but it really is true. We love kids. You've got to love kids to do this job. Every day is different. You never know what you're going to expect, and there are definitely challenges. There are hard moments, but there are also very rewarding moments. So that's basically what I'm always looking for, that rewarding moment when you really see a child learning and a student growing. So yeah.
And yeah, that's also wonderful. Yeah, it sounds like you guys just give and you give and you give, and that's why we love you. Since you're giving so much, you probably don't take care of yourselves, right? Or ourselves. And yeah, guilty of that, right?
Well, definitely, I'm on my feet all day long. I try to wear comfy shoes. I really don't wear heels anymore. And because I'm with my classroom setting, sometimes I'm on the floor, sitting down with them. Other times I'm leaning over, I'm sitting in the smaller chairs with them. I've noticed in the past, I would say, 5 or 6 years that, yeah, my health is a little bit of a concern because I feel like I don't take care of myself. I'm really tired at the end of the day. So to go work out when you're tired, it's really hard.
Or in pain. If
yeah,
you're in pain,
exactly.
Right?
So that's been a challenge. Also eating, because the day goes by really fast. Sometimes you skip lunch because you're working. You're working through your lunch,
of course.
Or you're standing and eating, or I do try to drink as much water as I can. I have to say I'm diligent about that. But the one thing is coffee. I love coffee, and especially in the morning, I'm drinking it all day. So maybe trying to cut back on the coffee, but you need that energy, you know, to keep going throughout the day. So that's been a little bit of a challenge for me, I would say.
Yeah, I think
with my health.
That's very understandable. I think we're going to spend some time a little bit with you and talk about some strategies. Hopefully can help and at least reduce some of anything that we can do to reduce the back pain or even the fatigue. Basically what we believe is if you're running your energy stores and you've got this little underlying pain that's in the background, you're expending more energy. I kind of like attribute it to some of these video games. They like you get hurt a little bit, then your energy level starts like depleting faster. So that's kind of what happens to us. So we're just running not as efficiently, right? So what about you, Mrs. Puentes?
In my classroom, I teach 5th and 6th graders. So we have a flexible seating model where we don't have like the traditional desks. We do more open seating. Kids can sit where they want. A lot of it is on the floor, so they're on wobble stools or bouncy chairs or pillows on the ground or standing desks, so they're kind of all over the place. So for me to kind of get to them, and anytime they need help, I'm often like, you know, bending down or sitting on the floor with them or getting back up, going over to different spots. So I'm always up and down, bending over, sitting on the floor, hunched over, just, you know, all day. Rarely do I get to just sit at my desk. It's usually at the end of the day I finally get to sit, and then that's when I spend my time grading. And I find myself, I'm always hunched over, you know, either on the computer or at home I'll sit on the couch and grade papers, you know, and I realize I'm like bending over and, you know, my back starts to hurt, my neck starts to hurt. I've had chronic headaches for several years now. So I tend to like compensate with coffee and, you know, Tylenol, because that's what we do. You have to get through the day. I don't have time to go to the gym or time to even like go to the chiropractor to take care of it.
Therapist,
so often it's like take the Tylenol, you know, have the big cup of coffee and move on. And you know, it's some days are better, some days are worse. You know, you'll wake up and it's like your, you know, neck and shoulders will be totally sore. Or if you spend a day just kind of running around, you can feel it the next day. So I can see it more and more, like every passing year it's getting worse, I feel, and harder. And you know, like Nedra was saying, like eating right and eating even 3 meals a day. Like often, you know, you come flying in, you're not eating breakfast, you're, you know, drinking coffee, trying to eat lunch, and then, you know, dinner is really the only like meal you get. And often it's like, I'm too tired to have something that's healthy and good.
You want something quick.
Quick and efficient, and
go back to rest as much as possible.
You know, and then you do it all over again. So I find myself in that pattern of like, I'm too tired to do a lot of other things, and it just becomes like you're teaching, you grade, you go home, you're tired, you pass out, you start over.
And that's kind of the same thing we're just talking with Ms. Pysik about, is that efficiency, being efficient. A lot of your headaches, believe it or not, I would say I treat a big headache population, and we have a program that's really geared towards the migraines and headache population. A lot of it, I would say 90% of it, has to do with your posture. And I am convinced that if you take care of that, and what we're going to teach you today is going to help a long way. It takes a little time, and habit changes, as we all know, is like chewing cardboard. But I'm going to try to make it as exciting and efficient, teaching you and learning it as quick as possible, and give you the strategies so you can adapt right away. Now we're going to turn our attention to Mr. No. Last but not least.
Okay, well, wow, health problems. I've been fortunate or lucky in the past 2 years that my position has kind of changed. So I'm not like Ms. Pysik and Mrs. Fuentes here. I haven't really been working with kids 24/7, day after day. But what I am doing a lot is I'm outside. So being a teacher who teaches peace specifically, I'm on my feet a lot. So if you were to ask me to single out one thing, it would probably be my feet. My feet hurt because I'm on my feet a lot. And they can probably say the same thing because they are moving a lot. But not only am I on my feet, but I'm modeling how to kick a soccer ball, I'm modeling how to throw and catch, I'm modeling how to do different things, and I have to move. I have to move the kids because the kids need to see how it's done. So most recently, even a couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis, and holy cow, that really hurts. It's a painful thing.
Yeah.
And then I could think to myself, what am I really doing? And the only thing I really think of is I'm like on my feet a lot. I'm outside. Yeah. Sure, I'm still active. Sure, I play soccer and I do other things for myself. But I believe it's just a culmination of the years and wear and tear on my body, on my feet especially. So that's one thing. And if I were to single out another thing, it's just probably more lower extremities, knee pain. I had knee surgery when I was in high school, so that doesn't help that I'm turning and moving around a lot and probably putting too much weight. My weight over the years has fluctuated. Being an elementary classroom teacher, there's always goodies in this lounge, and you're always, as a dude, you have to try every brownie, every cookie, and everything.
Yeah.
So just putting a lot of weight, putting weight on and off, and trying my best to stay healthy is important to me, but it's hard in an elementary school setting. And then the last thing, which is kind of a rare thing, maybe because I'm a guy in elementary education, but teachers always ask the dude to help, like lift things, lift boxes, or hang high things on their walls and make their classrooms so beautiful. So I'm always doing things like that in an elementary setting, and I don't mind doing it, but I'm always helping out a lot. So just putting a lot of weight on my shoulders even. So that's some things I'm dealing with.
Yeah, and I would say, that makes sense, and thank you for being a PE teacher. I know they're eliminating that in a lot of school districts, so, but that's definitely my job as a physical therapist, and is to promote wellness, promote movement, and we're gonna really discuss that. When I did my doctorate research and things, I basically came upon that if you're standing a lot, basically what happens is, and you need the strength and stability, is it basically is 3 times your body weight is at your knees. That's how much load is going into load it into your hips, and 7 times at your knees, and then 27 times at your ankle. Who knows what's at the feet? So your repetitive stress, it could be in the hundreds is what I kind of hypothesized. I think that's information for you, because if your hips are weak, then you guess what? It's going to load more your knees. It's going to load more your ankles and down to the feet. So it's like kind of that trickle down. You guys are on your feet all the time, and I think a lot of that has to do with where your posture is, and we're going to point that out, and hopefully you guys aren't too bashful. Just show us what your real posture is, and then we'll really get to that as well. I know there was a point about nutrition and your diet. Now that's not my area of expertise, but I do know that what we're going to help you with, the physical part of possibly even the fatigue and the stresses to your body, is something I can address myself. So we're hoping to go over those points and really make your lives better, and start from the get-go, start fresh, and from today on, and get better, and so you can go back and give back to the students. Now, the outline of today, what we want to do is we're going to teach you, we're going to look at your posture first, and then standing posture in particular, and then teach you the 4 dots, basically the 4 dot strategy I created now. And so that's gonna basically take us into things like your sitting strategies and your dynamic movements. I think that's all gonna help. So learning this as a fundamental principle is something I teach on the very first visit with all my patients. We're gonna get right to it and line you guys up and see how I can help.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, so now we're back to the front of the class. Well, I want to always tell people, the postures you choose and the postures that we select, it basically sets us up for every other motion. It predicates every other motion that we do. The way we move, the way we walk, the way we sit. I generally ask all of my patients whether they want to choose to live in the stronger world or the weaker world. And this is very important. Let's see what world you're living in. So we have headaches and neck pain with Mrs. Fuentes. Well, we come a little bit more forward here, and I just want to point out, we can do a little test, some tests I've learned from my mentors out in the Institute of Physical Art. So what I want is to see, I want to just basically stand still and see how you're able to hold your head position. So you just look straight and you don't let me move you. So in a perfect world, if I come really slowly, don't let me move you, hold this way. Like you can see her head is just moving. There's a lot of give. That's not good. And we know Mrs. Fuentes is a big baseball fan, and they do bobblehead giveaways. So guess what? Bobblehead. She's probably got a bobblehead. Hey, guess what? So look. Where's your strength? I know you're athletic. You told me you played softball and baseball. So let's see here. Don't let me move you. And how hard am I pushing?
Not hard.
Not hard. Guess what? The wind might knock her over. So this is the strength as you do. I can understand why she's got neck pain. There's a lot going on here, right? You can feel how hard you were trying to just hold your posture from falling, right?
Yeah.
So that said, we're gonna make that improvement in a little bit. But now we have Mrs. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We have Mrs. Pyson. She's got some back pain. I know she's got things that have to deal with movement, but aligning your lower back has a lot to do with this. So here's another test I like to check out. So you're gonna do this. This is staggered stance. So basically you're gonna stagger what your normal step length is. It's not like you're lunging, but right here. So I just wanna see, are you able to hold your balance here as well? So we saw Mrs. Fuentes. Let's see what's happening here.
Sure.
So don't let me move you. Like, yeah, just try your best. Just try your best. Like, yeah, I want a core activation. What I'm looking for is this gut to kind of pull in naturally. So don't let me move you this way. I'm pulling her over, and she's like, oh my gosh, right? Like, where's my strength? Yeah, I think we know where our teachers are living. They're living in that weaker world, that vicious cycle. Switch. Yeah, boo. Exactly. So hold here. Where is this? And I know all my teachers want to stay healthy and fit, so we gotta do everything we can to protect them. So, you're off.
Okay.
Now Mr. No is talking about his feet. And so, now this is interesting because we want to know how his upper body, the weight of his upper body and his lower body, are they connected? Does it go through his system? So we learned something called the elbow flexion test from my mentors, once again at the IPA. And so what we want to do is you're going to hold this right here, like you're holding a cafeteria tray. And so like basically you're not trying to like bicep curl me or anything, but you're just going to like hold that, and I'm going to see where that load is. So, and where it's going. So don't let me move you or straighten your arms. So just hold and hold. And so just relax your knee. Just relax your knee. Hold. And I'm gonna try to just hold me with your arm. Yeah. And then where is it going? Like if you guys can see it, I can feel it. I don't have to see him. His neck is moving, and there's a lot of pressure in his lower back. Let's try that again. So right here, hold. Come on, Mr. No, you're a PE teacher. You need it. You're gonna get hurt. You are carrying boxes, my friend. You are carrying boxes. Weak, right? Yep. And so what happens here now with his feet and knee concerns is that if we put pressure here, it doesn't get distributed through him. So it's almost two parts. One part here, and fortunately I haven't had neck pain or back pain too much, but then the ground reaction forces from his legs they're not going through him this way either. So they should both go down and they should both go up, Mr. No. So what we want to see is, do they connect? So we can do a little test like this. And yeah, so he's got a good base, but he's not using it. And for someone, that has to teach this stuff all day, he's on his feet, it's gonna break down. And it's definitely gonna break down. So I found this pointer, it's kind of cool. All right, so we're gonna get better. And I always tell people our little motto at Rehab and Revive is to heal smarter, not harder, which is, I think that's what's happening to you guys. You guys are working way too hard, too much effort in your day. Guess what? That's gonna expend your energy, which I talked about a little bit earlier when we were sitting down. So let's line you up like right here. You guys are perfect. I'm gonna try to teach you in about 10 to 15 minutes or less, and to make that change. And this is something easy that we all can do, not just teachers, but anyone that has to stand for work. So basically cross your arm, and if you're not trying to look over, but if you just kind of look down here, and all you see is your forearms and the carpet here, you are too far backwards. And a lot of you are living in that backward world. So what happens is you want to be able to kind of hinge forward and recalibrate yourself over your base. What happens is you should be able to see the webbing of your toes. So this is great. And you're doing really well. You're doing really well. Good. You're all doing well. Now, Mrs. Fuentes got high heels. I want you to kind of see that here. And so this actually changes her dynamic, but I think she still has to understand this is something she wants to wear and be fashionable. You're very fashionable. Yeah, you're welcome. She's got to learn how to balance herself over her heels. And this bicycle right over here, flats, perfect. And that looks really good too. So you're gonna cross your arms. Yep, look over. Okay, now the second thing you're gonna do is you're gonna drop your shoulders down. And you're still hanging out like this. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna shrug your shoulders up, and you're not gonna roll your shoulders back. You're gonna basically turn your palms forward to towards the classroom, and then you're gonna just let it slide down. Now, what I've basically figured out is that this shoulder girdle is like a flat plate, and our rib cage is like a dome. Now, you wanna balance that flat plate on the dome perfectly, and that's what people need to understand. And someone like Mr. No needs it, and someone like, you know, both of you are gonna need this. So now you've got that, and then all you have to do is lift your head comfortably up. There, good. What I wanna tell you all is there's 4 dots we're trying to connect, and this is what you should be thinking about. Base of your throat is 1 dot. Your base of your sternum or your chest plate is another dot. Your belly button is another dot, and then your pubic bone right here is another dot. So 4 dots, they go like this. So you should kind of check that out. And that's another way to do it. Good, good, good. You can relax your arms once you've set them, so that you basically just set your shoulders, your shoulder girdle. So yep, hang out right there. And then another way is hang 10. Well, it just turned out perfectly where our pinky, if you stretch it out, and our thumb, the surfers, they do the shaka sign, is to throw that right into your belly button, and it should touch that bottom part. So you're basically, if you look at from my side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is basically the same thing. So whether you decide to do this or this, doesn't matter. And then once you've got this down, all you have to do is shrug your shoulders up, turn your palms forward, and then let it slide down. Good. All right, so Mr. No still overcorrected just a little bit, but I want to see, does he feel a little bit stronger now? Okay, so everyone stay where you're at. All right, don't let me move you here. Hold, come on, look at that. Like, oh, wow, like, yes, so much better, right? Like, he didn't, yeah, this is awesome, right? He knows that it went through him, not into his feet only, is redistributed through his whole strong body. We know he's a strong PE teacher, but it's gotta be going through him. So, let's see, okay, all right, so, Fuentes, all right, neck pain, right? So, you've got the 4 dots. You've got that aligned, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so what happens with heels, just for your information, is when you're pitched forward, you actually have to be a little bit more forward. So she's like, this is awkward. But if you take a look at her side, she's in that 4 dots I talk about. So this is how you balance, a balancing act. So maybe she might think about using less high of a high heel, you know, because then she's like, wow, I'm really on my tiptoes. I feel like I'm falling forward. But if you see on film, and when you watch yourself on the film later, you're gonna notice that you're, hey, over your base of support. So, all right, hold it right here. Don't let me move. Hold. And I'm not acting. This is strong. She's strong. This is her potential. You feel this?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You think, yeah, this is no CG. This is the real thing. I'm trying to work out and getting married in a month or 2. But I'm really working hard to try to push her over, right? And she's using her legs. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, we'll do it again. Here, so she's finally tapping into that. They say the same thing with Mr. No. It's just aligning those dots. He's really gonna help. I think it's gonna help everybody, right? Okay. All right, next. All right, so we got this one now. So back pain. So let's got the 4 dots. Yep, you got that. Shrug your shoulders up. Turn your palms forward, Mr. Bicyc, and down. Good, awesome. Look straight, good. All right, so I can do all the same tests that I did with these guys. You know, she should be stronger. I didn't do them, but let's do the one where we were doing earlier. Let's see her core. So put 1 foot forward. Yep, and then line your dots forward a little bit here. Yep, it's right here. So when you're walking and you're learning, like all these 4 dots really do matter right there. Good. Okay, don't let me move you now. Hold. Hold. Right? Hold. Right? We still could use a little bit, but it's stronger. Right? You notice that? Bicyc? Great. Switch sides. Shrug. Shoulders up, turn palm forward, and then down. Good. So even aligning your shoulders for your back pain make a difference, because that's going to throw her center of gravity just a little bit more. You'll see that this is where you need to be. Good. But let's see. All right? Don't let me move you. Her body's now more ready for me. You know? And like I said, I'm like 200 pounds. It's going to take a lot of work. Switch. Yeah. Much better. And you can see how hard I'm trying as well. So, you guys buy in? Are you sold on that? Yeah, hang 10.
4 dots.
Yeah.
Check myself every
in the front of the classroom.
What's going on?
So this changes now for all of us, since we're going to talk about sitting, or let me pull up some things. some props here. Yeah, so you can imagine. Yeah.
Okay, so I typically like walk around,
Yeah.
I get to my student
Spicer,
who needs
can you
help.
help me?
Yeah, okay.
Our back is hurting,
Yeah.
but sometimes we'll kind of lean back and put my feet more back like this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So we do something here and we call them the finger presses.